So everybody, it's Aman here. Hope you guys are having a great day. So in today's video, as you see by the title, this is one of my new series of mine. It involves top 10s or just top something, topics along that. So when it comes to this is going to be very interesting. It's a new idea of mine, so tell me what you guys think. And most importantly, I'm going to try to do my best on it because I did a lot of research involving the characters on this list and everything that just makes it what it is. And I hope you guys will enjoy, so let's go and get into it. So, as you see by the title, this is the top 10 characters that can beat Doomfist. Now, I just want to make this clear, and the reason why I'm making the list, well, I just made it because I just want to show there's characters that can beat Doomfist. I don't think Doomfist is unstoppable. I did make the claim that he's arguably the most powerful character in Overwatch. I still stand by that. I know that he's been beaten, and you guys are going to see mainly the main outside thoughts I think about that. And I don't think him being beaten is bad. I don't think it's bad writing. I don't think a character being beaten by a character, depending on it, is bad writing. What I'm trying to say is, even though I love Doomfist, he's my favorite character in Overwatch and one of my favorite characters in video games, I don't think he's unbeatable. And this isn't just about that. It's just a top 10 list. If you don't agree with me, you don't have to. You can debate me if you don't agree with these characters. Even though I feel like every character on this list is eligible to beat Doomfist, but it is what it is. But we're going to go and get into it. So, number 10 is Bo Raicho from Mortal Kombat. The main reason why I believe Bo Raicho will be able to beat him, and I know most people don't like this character, and I think I'm going to get salt on this one if somebody really wants to speak out on it, is mainly because Bo Raicho has more experience, he's more wise, and with his techniques, martial arts, and Kido stick, and most other techniques that basically bend into a central kung fu, monkey, and Shinto style of combat. We're basically mixing up strengths in wide out areas, and mainly his type of, I guess, skills. So our supernatural ability was able to absorb most attacks and basically dish them out, and able to use a bunch of things that could take out Doomfist. And the main things that would be able to take out Doomfist involving Bo Raicho is mainly his skill, defense he has as a character, and it's mainly the fact that Doomfist has not fought any character that has that much of experience or fighting style, and I think it will be a close fight, and I think Bo Raicho would have a problem with Doomfist depending on how Doomfist is playing in this playing field of combat. But at the same time, it's not really an incentivable goal from Bo Raicho because he's been able to fight characters that are way stronger than him. Bo Raicho is old, so he's going to have a very high disadvantage in the fight with Doomfist. Is a lot more versatile in combat strategy, but at the same time, Bo Raicho is very smart. I would say he's a lot more intelligent than Doomfist, so he plays playing cards right. I believe Bo Raicho will win. That's number 10. Number 9 is Scorpion. Easy clap. Dude just takes him to hell, and even if they were to actually be throwing blows, Scorpion could beat him in many ways. Doomfist has never been shown to have great durability against fire or anything along that, or in general big explosions. So when it comes to that, Doomfist is getting fucked over. And in general, when it comes to what Scorpion has been able to do, he's been able to disintegrate great amounts of armor, dense formable, different type of core arts and skills from different combatants. He's been able to basically burn across nitrohygen and frostbite levels of cold when he's fighting Sub-Zero, and is a very skilled combatant and is way more build for this battle than Doomfist, because when it comes to just fighting and when it comes to abilities being considered and being valued in different ways, he has a way better tactical goal and range than Doomfist. Now, when I say this, I don't mean that Doomfist isn't smart enough to counteract characters. I believe he would think outside the box against Scorpion, but Scorpion has way more better experience and is more in his sense of feel of tactical skills and basically like different incentive ways of fighting. Let me drink some water because I'm about to have a tongue stroke. And most of y'all get what I mean. To make a better translation, what I'm basically trying to say is that Scorpion is more versatile in this category of magic, and it comes to basically an optic playing field of basically a play starter of defense, and in another it's in the category of offense and attacking, because Scorpion is basically going to be ducking and weaving on Doomfist. He's a lot more faster than him. And if it came down to the gym that's fighting, Doomfist wouldn't be able to keep up with him. And Scorpion, from what has been shown, is way faster than Light and possibly even time exceptionally, and as a composite and central type of inverted type of way. Like basically an inversion of this power is basically going to be eradicated onto Doomfist, and he won't be able to even touch him. Because really, if he wanted to, he could basically light up a hand blast of this fire, throw it at Doomfist, or basically holster him with it, and Doomfist wouldn't be able to do anything, just mainly because he's never been able to really duck down on blows like that, and he's just not going to be a better fighter in this. And I hope I'm saying half this shit right, because I'm really thinking hard on this, and I'm not dumb when I'm saying this, but I'm just saying that this is a lot to take in. But he loses against Scorpion, and that's no reason why, as you see. Like I said before, he could easily just summon him to hell and erase him from existence just like that. By one battle for removal, Doomfist has no feats of coming back from battle for removal. I mean, the only things that Doomfist can realistically really come back from involving battle for removal is getting knocked out of possibly a city, a plain sight field of things. I don't know, possibly to make a better example, from a building being shockwaved all to a small city's temple, or pretty much a standing floating continent, something like that. A place where Doomfist will be able to pop back from and leap at accelerated high speed. But unless it's on that type of scale, it's not going to happen. And Scorpion wouldn't do that, and he would have no need because he can kill him either way. We're going to move on for Scorpion, but I just want to make a more in-depth reason why I believe Scorpion annihilates him just like that. Number 8 is Tai Lung. Tai Lung is from Kung Fu Panda, which I was trying to say this before. Goddamn, I don't know why I couldn't speak properly that time. Hope I can actually talk good and not have the tongue struck each time. And it's not happening back to back, but I just want to make that clear. But like I was saying, Tai Lung is from Kung Fu Panda, and the Kung Fu Panda has shown a bunch of diverse and very incentive feats that can be scaled and highballed and basically incented to different kinds of feats that range to possibly dimensional level to quantumly low universal. When it comes to Tai Lung, fighting against Dragon Warrior and other opponents, Tai Lung I would say is small city level at best, depending on how he plays cards. And against Doomfist, it would be very tick for tack, and this is an opponent that does not have as the most biggest and more versatile and uncusable type of sense of combat. Uncusable, yeah, that's the word, uncusable. Yeah, because he doesn't have a bunch of things that are out of the range of Doomfist's feats. Durability are basically the main incentive, experience, and imperative goal that they both range in, especially them both being villains. But mainly what I'm saying is that Tai Lung is a skilled fighter and martial artist, and has a bunch of different abilities that range to metahuman to very supernatural, intuitive type of goals of power. And just with that alone, he will be able to fight Doomfist at an even level. Now, Doomfist can take out Tai Lung. It's going to be very hard, but Tai Lung has a lot more area experience, so depending on where it is, he'll be a lot more custom and very guided into this area. But overall, with everything else, he's going to be a lot more careful and a lot more, I guess you could say, non-delusional when it comes to Doomfist, because if they're fighting over big mountaintops, Doomfist is going to have a chance he can do something, but Tai Lung is going to be ducking and weaving and going to be basically breaking apart things and using them as virginal obstacles, playing far range, and being a beast in every way, literally. And just when it comes to their fighting experience, they both are even on this from what has been seen, but Tai Lung is a lot more of a strategist and more incapable to these scenarios, so that's why I believe Tai Lung wins. Next, number 7, Danny Phantom, the ghost, and most importantly, one of the greatest childhood characters in my opinion. Love this nigga, bro. The supernatural and unincentible being that basically clash with multiple different people, ghosts, supernatural beings, and technically demons, depending on how you see it. As a character to be loved and is dope as hell to me. But besides how I feel about Danny Phantom, the ghost superhero, Danny Phantom has a bunch of ways how to defeat Doomfist. There's just 2 sections of it. One, Doomfist has never shown, again, any durability to body hacks or constantly mind hacks. And Danny Phantom could just go for his body, kill him like that. He can rip out his organs just by tearing through him with his punches, and if they were really to fight and he was more in a natural state of physical form and infiltrable. Infiltrable, is that a word? Infiltrable. I don't know if that's exactly a word. I don't know if I'm gonna edit this out, but pretty much between a physical standing body and an unvertible or infiltrable type of form. Infiltrable. Yeah, that's a word coming from wrong. I'm not just trying to say big word. I'm just trying to say this because it's how it is. His infiltrable body is where his body cannot be disposed. It can't have any real harm or centerable type of clash with things unless you're on the same playing field of reality as a ghost or being beyond that world. And Doomfist is not that, so he can't be hurt. Yeah, I said that right. I know what I'm saying. Okay, anyway, to basically end this off, Danny Phantom is an easy clap against Doomfist, mainly just because, well, what I mean by easy clap against Doomfist, I don't mean Doomfist is going to win, because some of you guys might take that out of context. Danny Phantom wins in general, and is a lot better in the scenario, so he beats him. Number 6 is Winston, the genetically engineered metahuman gorilla, one of the main heroes of Overwatch, and the guy who actually defeated Doomfist in this verse is the only character to actually do that. And this in general when it comes to hand-to-hand combat, and no matter if it wasn't, he basically clocked his ass, sent him to prison. And in general when it comes to how the fight was played out and the scenarios that basically kind of like, I wouldn't say fully tell you, but mainly stagger and is showing in central body sense of how it was going by gameplay and everything. You see Winston is a lot more arguably faster and has a lot more sense of durability. Now Doomfist is very durable before it's been shown, but Winston again has his own chance. They both have a chance in their own way. Winston technically beat Winston, and Winston dominantly killed off Doomfist entirely from what his plan was. And I don't mean actually killed, even though I do believe Winston enough in the fight, and if he was going all in ballistic, King Kong don't got shit on me, he could kill Doomfist, I believe that. And when it comes to this battle in general, Winston has a big chance of beating him. And yeah, simple as that. He's beat him before, so I believe he could do it again. But they both have their own ways of getting in with each other and basically telling out the fight in their own story, you feel me? By basically it's sent into the same type of structure as the fight, but also planning, being a lot more incisive to the body and just doing that, because both of these characters, they have overwhelming and very untactical type of values in their fight, and it's very weird how you can basically tell it out. But what I'm basically trying to say is that when it comes to the characters and how they will be fighting, both characters are good at hand-to-hand combat. They're both very smart, intelligent. I would say Winston is a lot more smarter just by quarter foot, like basically half and half, because they're both smart, but obviously Winston is more evolutionized to the greatest spans of human ideologically. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Basically the biocentrable brain stemical point of human evolution, he was accelerated on from that, because gorillas are smart in general, but his was basically accelerated about like 100 times the comfortable strength and the stereotypical mindset of a human. But Doomfist has shown things to be very intellectual just like that, but not to the extent. So I'm saying if Winston plays cards right, thinks outside the box, and takes from the experience that he had against Doomfist and stays right on the same sensitive topic, he'll be able to beat him. Alright, next character we have is Motaro at number 5. And it's Motaro from Mortal Kombat, if you don't know him. From what has been shown, Doomfist could have a chance, but Motaro is a lot more stronger, able to take on Johnny Cage, take some insult hits from Raiden, but did get killed by him and pretty much one-shotted. And Motaro is a lot more faster, is a lot more incentivable, and has took on Goro when he's at least just getting in with the mix and not going at full capacity of strength. Dude's a beast, literally, and would just take him out in general. And when it comes to his durability, a lot of the hits and combos that could be taken into situation wouldn't really work, because when it comes to game mechanics, I know this is gonna probably get some people salty, but I'm not trying to use this as a main fee scale. But from what has been shown, Motaro has this basically collapsible type of skin grab, or basically what you do, he basically fixates on, and the more he dishes out, the more his body becomes even more denser. because it takes a lot of hits from Mortal Kombat 3 and other games that he's been shown in to really damage him. And also, he's bullshit in general. I'm not even about to get into that. And so, we take in the fact that a lot of stuff Doomfist does is inseparable kinetic energy being elasted back to back, fixating on each person. It has a bunch of voltage, kinetic energy reciprocated to this pow punch of a shockwave. If Motaro denses on that and basically takes that into consideration and keeps piling up and countering, Doomfist has no way to defeat him, because we take the game mechanics and what has been awesomely confirmed involving Motaro. Motaro is a very durable and very considerable opponent when it comes to this fighting style, because the main thing that makes him a beast is that he's a juggernaut of halting acceleration of power. No matter how much you diss out, he'll always have a way to counter. Unless you're someone that's a lot more stronger than him and you're not on the same playing level, then you can't do that. Motaro, at least, is possibly fucking planet level. So I believe fully, in general, with all that Doomfist cannot take him on. He's getting squashed. Next, as we have number 4, Metro Man from Megamind. Now, we assume and compare Metro Man's strength and the rest of his abilities to Superman. He solos. I don't think I really have to explain that. And what has been shown, he's a lot more stronger than him. And I'm not saying he can do everything that Superman can do. And for what's been shown, Metro Man is fucking possibly small continent level, at least city level at that. But I still believe that he would win and could realistically, with the showings of his strength, throw Doomfist into orbit, and Doomfist cannot breathe in space from what has been shown, and realistically that is not going to be the case. So that's with that in general. Doomfist loses to Metro Man. Number 3, we have Galvatron from Transformers, from the movies, and what's been shown for the comics, TV show, and other iterations. And so Galvatron instantly is just going to have more versatile setup, and will just be taking Doomfist out in general with everything that he's been able to show and syndicate. And at the end of the day, Galvatron cannot really be destroyed by most things Doomfist has planned. The only way Doomfist could actually defeat Galvatron is maybe if he punched him into something that would disintegrate his entire body and basically eviscerate the core power source that allows him to mobilize himself to a more sophisticated body. So that's the only way Doomfist could win, but in general, Galvatron is going to kill him. Number 2, we have Shiva from Mortal Kombat. Shiva in general is comparable to slightly metal type to Goro's strength. I mean, in the same race, but it's morely about what she has been shown to do, and she's a lot more stronger and advisable. And she's a lot more of a strategy scenario, and I feel like they could be even depending on it. But she's a lot more versatile with Fire Blast. Her strength is more calculable than Doomfist, and she's been able to fight better opponents, and there's a lot more with the action, and she could easily rip Doomfist apart. Number 1, Slender Man. The most easiest win for the dude. Doomfist cannot stop mind hacks. Slender Man is all about mind hacks, so he's dead. Simple as that. And if he really wanted to, Doomfist can't touch him. He could easily kill him and rip him apart with his tentacles. So, yeah, pretty much it. That is my top 10 list. I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is a new idea of mine, like I said before. Tell me what you guys think. I love y'all. I appreciate you for watching and tuning in. It means a lot to me. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace out, my army.